Shit. Oh my God. It's all right, I think it's out. It's not out. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Autoalex V2 channel. Today we are in Henley-on-Thames, just outside of London, and I've got my van and my trailer, which means only one thing. We are here to pick up a lovely little shitbox. This is a BMW E23 728i 7 Series, the first generation of 7 Series. It's, I believe, a 1985. I'm not too sure because it's got a private plate on it. And it has been off the road since 2001. It needs, as you can probably see, quite a lot of work. But the main reason I'm interested in this car is it has got minimal rust. It's absolutely covered in crap. It's as it was. It hasn't been left here since 2001. It was in a polyurethane dome on someone's land somewhere, and I've bought it from the chap that recovered it from there. I'll tell you about how much I paid for it in a moment, but come and have a look at this. As you can see inside, it is complete, but it is covered in not so much mold, but cobwebs and dust. But it's got all of its original paperwork. It's got all of its original book packs. There's some really cool old receipts inside. It's got the original Blaupunkt head unit, which is really cool. It needs a really, really good clean, but it is complete. There's no sagging headliner, there's no ripped chairs, all the material's in great condition. The most interesting thing about this car, I think, is the fact that this car was owned by a professor. It's got one owner, and it has done 206,000 miles, which is absolutely unbelievable.
What about the dead rats?
About that. The worst bit about this car is this. Oh, this is rat skeletons. Now, in the pictures, I thought this was like newspaper or a bit of hay or something like that. I got to have a look at this car and they are literal skeletons. I don't know how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so. This, a few years ago, must have absolutely stunk. It must have been unbearable in here. But, you know, I think with a good clean up, it should come up all right. It doesn't look like they've chewed anything. There doesn't look to be a massive amount of damage in here, but it is grim. I don't even want to touch it. So I'm gonna have a little look in the boot because I always like to check one thing when buying an old BMW, and I'm pretty sure everyone does the same, is the toolkit. Shall we see if it's got a toolkit in here? Oh. It is full, look at that. It's a little bit rusty, but it's all there. And looking in here, it's got its original mats, which is, these are really hard to find now. These are really rare. Oh no, they're not. I thought, oh no, there's two sets. Universal Automobile. And I reckon these mats are probably about as old as I am, but they're brand new, which that is unbelievable. There is also an original book pack in here with all of its original paperwork, warranty, booklets, everything. So this car has clearly been cared for throughout its life. I mean, it's been off the road for a long time and it is covered in crap. It needs a really good clean, but I gave only 1,500 quid. Let's get it on the trailer, get it back to the unit and give it a damn good clean. Oh my God. Oh, actually does move a bit easier than, oh, I don't know actually. I'm trying to turn it. Yeah. This is a workout.
Before Taylor checks out that rat infestation in that old BMW, a reminder from me that if you want to buy yourself a used car, van or motorbike, run a car vertical report on it first to ensure that the car you're interested in has not been crashed, stolen or clocked. To give you an example of a good car vertical report, check out this Jaguar XF that actually belongs to your brother. We can see that we've got green ticks for odometer, finance and damage that tells me that this car does not have a shady past. And now to give you guys an example of a car vertical report that would make me run a mile from this Renault Clio, we can see we've got a green tick for odometer and finance, but an amber warning for damage. If we scroll down a little bit, open up the pictures, we can see front end damage. Keep on scrolling through. Front looks like it's had a bit of a clout. The rear and sides look to be okay. And keep on scrolling down. You can see the vehicle was damaged not once, but twice. And you can see in 2020 in March, it was a category N write-off And then exactly a year later, it was crashed again. So if you're looking for a Renault Clio, which you shouldn't because it's French and probably shit, and you were to buy this car as a clean title car, you know because of Car Vertical, that's a big fat lie. So again, do yourselves a favor, do not get stung when buying a used car, van or motorbike. Run a Car Vertical report before purchasing. What's more, you will get a massive, and I mean massive, 20% off using the code V2. Right, Taylor, get your rat out.
Right, we're back at the unit. The 728i made it back here safe and sound on the back of my trailer. I'm here with Luke.
Hello.
And we are equipped with gloves and a bin liner, which means we're going to start on the engine bay, which is the worst bit.
Do we have to start here?
So I showed you this briefly a moment ago, Luke.
Yeah, it looks quite messy.
Quite. So I want to put all of that shit in here.
when you say shit, I can't help but notice.
There is a rat carcass.
Is that a rib cage?
Yes, it is. Oh, man alive. That is
goodness.
Good. That's been mummified, that one. Look at that. This is so awful.
Yeah.
Right, you can do the rest.
That usually is how it happens.
Get all that out of there,
Yeah,
lovely.
Just.
So we're going to do this first, and then we'll jet wash it all and decontaminate it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't even realise this was here.
Yeah.
It's wed. Oh, look at its yellow teeth.
That's grim. Just get it in the bag. Just
Do-
get it in.
do you not wanna
No,
say
get it in the bag.
Oh God, that's a spot. Oh my God, that's wedged in. That's so big, it's actually wedged in. I can't get it out.
Just get it. Just
Well,
break
I
it
ca-
up. Oh. 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 Oh.
Whoa!
That's
one.
grim.
It's big.
No,
That's what it is.
just
That's
get
eaten
it- just
so
get it
much.
in the bag.
So much
Get-
of your wiring has been consumed by this.
Get it
fat
in the. Just
rat.
get it in the bag. I'm not dealing with it. This is a fantastic amount of shit.
There's actually there's a bit of genuine tree growing. And I've literally just got a splinter off of the car.
Right, so we've vacked out as much of the rat deadness as possible. So now we're going to give it a good old jet wash and see if we can get rid of the rest of it, because there is still some material in here. I've genuinely never vacuumed out so much rat rodent material from an engine bay / car in my entire life. That was fantastic. We completely filled the vacuum cleaner. So we're going to give it a good jet wash and see if it actually comes up half decent.
Nice and deep.
Get it right in there. Oh, look at this bit here, Luke. Spray that up.
Oh God, that's.
Oh, yeah. How does oil get here? I don't understand this.
I worry we might at some point find out.
I've got a wet arse now. Oh, such a twat.
Well, if you didn't want it to happen, you should. Oh no! If you didn't want it to happen, you should put it away.
Shut up. After dealing with my wet arse,
We then cracked on cleaning, drying and polishing up the E23 until it was clean enough to eat your dinner off. Next up, it was time to put it on the ramp.
Right, so we got the 7 Series indoors now. I'm going to put it on the ramp and we're going to assess the corrosion situation. Hopefully it's not as bad as the last car you saw, the E28, which was absolutely rotten and is currently causing me an absolute headache. So hopefully this one's not the same. So let's stick it up on the ramp. I've noticed that this, even though we brought in, it's been sat here a little while now, there's still pooey water leaking out from underneath it, which is grim. That is awful. That's not oily, that is poo. First of all, I can literally smell stale fuel, but this tank has got a drain on it, which saves us a damn load of hassle. We can literally undo that, drain all the stale fuel out of it, and put some fresh fuel in it. So that's a good start. We have got a little bit of corrosion on the fuel tank straps. We have got a small amount of surface corrosion here and there. I know that the brakes are seized because it was really hard to push in. The rear brakes are all right. There's a little bit of noise from the handbrake. It must be the fronts that are seized. All the floor pan is mint. All the sills are mint. There's not a single bit of... Why couldn't my E28 have been like this? I'm actually shocked at this. The exhaust is a bit corroded, but there's no holes in it. There's no blows in it. That is really good. Bearing in mind as well, this car has done 206,000 miles. This is not a low mileage car. This is in impeccable condition. The front jacking points are completely solid. Oh, what is that? Why is it furry? Ah. That is, look at the poo. I don't even want to know what is sat on this under tray, but ooh, I'm not taking this off. I'm gonna pay a man to do this. I'm not touching that. But yeah, chassis legs are absolutely mint. The front suspension's got a little bit of surface corrosion. It looks like the brake flexes will probably need doing, let's be honest, they're gonna be perished. All of the ball joint dust covers are perished where the rubbers have dried out. Again, same with the ball joints. So it needs pads and discs all round, probably calipers all round. It's gonna need tyres all round. I don't like the wheels, so we'll probably change those. It needs new suspension arms, but it doesn't need any welding, which is such a weight off my mind. Thank God for that. It literally needs 0 welding, this thing. But yeah, so underneath, I am absolutely over the moon with this. So far, this was a good purchase. 1,500 quid for this, remember? I'm happy. I'm over the moon. Next thing to do, let's see if the engine turns over and see if it starts. I don't think it's gonna start, but fingers crossed it at least turns over. So let's drop it down and have a little look. Right, so we're back on the ground. I have quickly whipped a new battery in it because the old one was completely toast. Obviously, it's been sat in there since 2001. I'm gonna take this intake pipe off and just make sure that there's no rats or feces or anything in the intake before I start it. I've checked the oil. Oil looks absolutely spot on. The coolant's still there, which is amazing. It looks like it had a new radiator at some point and new hoses as well. Hopefully, if it's got spark, it might fire. I don't think it's gonna have fuel. The fuel is way too stale for it to be able to start, and I think the fuel pump is probably seized as well. But if we can get a bit of brake cleaner up its nose and turn the key, it might fire for a brief moment for us to be able to hear it. So if it does that, all it will need, hopefully, is a fuel pump and some fresh fuel in the tank, and it should start. So I'm gonna whip this off and see if we get anything. Because it's only me, Luke's behind the camera, I'm gonna try and spray and accelerate and turn all at the same time. Let's give it a go. What? No way. No way. Oh, shit. Oh my God.
That's all right, just grab one of the many fire extinguishers that we keep handy for this.
It's all right, I think it's out. It's not out. Just go out, man. It runs. Oh my God. My heart is going like the clappers. Yeah, it runs. Join us next time where we put a fuel pump in it and see if it goes through an MOT. I'm done.